Hello, and welcome to my podcast, Black Women North of 50. I'm Wynn Health, licensed psychotherapist, and I'm a podcaster now. I never even imagined it before last summer. I wanted to do something that addressed some of my passions, and one of them is, who are we? Black women over 50 are dismissed, and I wanted a safe place for us, for seasoned Black women, to get information, have a laugh, all of those things. Information is key. I grew up in a family of teachers, so learning was a big deal. And learning something brand new north of 50 is incredibly humbling. I'm learning something brand new, stuff that 6-year-olds know. This tech stuff, I am close to being lost. What the heck is an RSS feed? I don't know now, but I will. Why am I doing this podcast in the first place? Well, a couple of days before my birthday last year, I was talking with some dear friends. I was thinking, what's next? I'm north of 50. I'm not done. I'm blessed and I've done a lot, but what's next? So recently I have been embracing the phrase, I don't know, but I'll figure it out, more than I usually have. To that end, my friend said, what about a podcast? Instead of blowing her off like I might have done, I thought, what could I contribute on a platform like a podcast? And I wasn't sure that I had anything. A friend and colleague of mine said, doing a podcast is a lot of work for no money. So far, he's right about that. I did a lot of talking with people about podcast production and listening to podcasts, and a couple of takeaways are true. Like I said, I have no bleeping idea how to do this. And the other is, I don't know how to do this, and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it about things I'm passionate about. Okay, there's a whole nother area of like, what am I passionate about? I had to figure that one out. And I came up with a couple of things which make me happy. I'm passionate about people, about the human condition, about being a supportive ear when people are going through challenges, being compassionate when people are learning. That's what drew me to psychotherapy in the first place. And I'm passionate about African American history. It used to be Black history. Back in the civil rights days, it was definitely Black history in the 60s and 70s. I will be using the two interchangeably because I'm not sure I don't know. But at this moment, I'm using Black history. So I thought, what about combining those? What about combining Black history with points of interest about Black people, particularly Black women? It isn't taught specifically, to my knowledge. Maybe it is now. It wasn't when I was in college, in high school and college. We've all heard about Frederick Douglass. He was an orator, a writer, an abolitionist. He escaped slavery. Who was his wife? If you know her name, you get all kinds of points. My point is, I had to look her up and find out who she was. Anna Murray Douglass. She was born free in Maryland, I believe, and helped him escape slavery. Where's that written? The autobiography I just read says that they got married. Okay, great. They got married. She had 5 of his kids and helped him escape slavery. That's worth a good mention, I think. No shade on Fred. He did a lot of great stuff. But back to Anna. What is her story? What were her struggles, aside from the obvious ones, being Black and female in the 19th century? We don't know a lot because they were not living in a time of tell-all internet culture. And I don't know that we were taught to ask our mothers what they went through. And if we did think to ask, if they were open to telling us. That said, there are a lot of things that our mothers had for us that hopefully will get reviewed. Now, I get it. All kinds of relationships with our mothers, some that were wonderful and some that were really, really, really challenging and kind of like want to put aside. I get that. I guess my point is that you live to tell it, and now you have some choices because of them, because of what you got from them, because of what you got from your experience of growing up. I wanted to have a special place for Black women to feel welcome, to feel a sense of community, to learn, to get excited about life north of 50. And we're going to be talking about stuff like that on this podcast. Things like exploring what it's going to be like to caregive our seniors in the coming years. Spirituality. Black women dating men in the 21st century. Hopefully you can help me with that one. Oh, marriage, hair, all kinds of stuff. What else? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I just wanted this space to be welcoming to Black women over 50 who may feel dismissed in our culture. AARP has a section in there. We go again with the whole losing track of how to say this in podcast speak. You go to AARP and there's a section on sisters from AARP. And I saw that. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's for me. I have a special place. And I thought, okay, I want to do that in my podcast. So in podcast parlance means podcast speak. And that is a word which is a nod to my mother, who was passionate about English literature and words in general. I mean, the woman had 6 dictionaries. Anyway, I want this episode to be the beginning of a journey about Black women north of 50. So, podcast parlance. I'm launching my first episode, Black women north of 50, today, Wednesday, get it? February the 5th, 2025. And all things being equal, I will drop the second episode on Wednesday, February 12th. I'm looking forward to that one. I'll be talking to Dr. Joshanna Johnson, who is a sex educator, and it's happening right before Valentine's Day. Not that I'm giving an opinion about y'all's sexual activities or what you're going to do and where you're going to do it and all that. I'm just saying it's good timing. What do I know? I know I'm hoping this podcast will be successful. I know that I'm a good clinician and psychotherapist. And I know that I have to tell you, this is not psychotherapy. This is a space special for Black women over 50 to talk, to commune with each other, to learn, etc. And therapy, your own therapy, is a great thing. This isn't it. I might be able to help you find one, but don't get it twisted. This is not therapy. Yeah, and I hope you listen. In the old days, we would say, tune in for our next episode. What do you say now? Upload the next episode? Follow me? I don't know. I'll figure it out. At any rate, for today, create some joy. Continue to learn and be curious. And please find the funny. We need it bad. I hope to bring all three of those things to this podcast. Black Women North 50. It's going to drop today. I'm never used to that. Anyway. That's what I know. Take care. I hope to hear you next time. I'm going to figure that out. Take good care.